Welcome back to the Universal Things YouTube channel. Imagine this one quiet morning, the earth trembles. Not one volcano, not 10, but every volcano on the planet begins to awaken. From the frozen peaks of Iceland to the deep trenches of the Pacific, the world starts to boil from within. What would happen if all volcanoes erupted at the same time? Within minutes, the skies would darken as billions of tons of ash burst into the atmosphere. Cities near volcanoes, Tokyo, Naples, Quito, would vanish in waves of molten rock and pyroclastic fury. The noise would be deafening, like the planet itself screaming. The global air would fill with toxic gas, and the first day would feel like the end of time itself. There are over 1,500 active volcanoes today, but beneath the oceans lie thousands more. These undersea monsters would boil entire sections of the sea, releasing clouds of steam that rise for miles. Ocean temperatures would spike, and ecosystems would collapse instantly. Coral reefs, fish, and plankton, the lungs of our oceans, would die within hours. As the days pass, the sky would become a gray, suffocating blanket. Ash would circle the globe, blocking sunlight. The temperature on Earth's surface would plummet. Crops would fail. Solar panels would die, and day would become twilight. It would be a volcanic winter, darker, colder, and deadlier than anything humanity has ever faced. All that ash and gas, mostly sulfur dioxide, would create acid rain across continents. Rivers would turn poisonous. Forests would burn and freeze. Animals would flee in every direction. But there'd be nowhere safe to go. The entire planet would feel smaller, trapped under a dying sky. Could humanity survive when Earth itself turns against us? Air quality would collapse. Ash particles would clog engines, destroy power grids, and block airports. Breathing without filters would be deadly in most regions. Imagine the US skyline. New York under a dark orange haze. The West Coast covered in falling black snow. The very air would remind us how fragile civilization truly is. Within months, the sunlight reaching Earth would drop by 70%. Global temperatures could fall by 20 degrees Celsius or more. Ice would form in places that never knew snow. Crops would vanish. Famine would spread faster than relief could. Humanity, for the first time, would face a truly global extinction scenario, not from war but from nature itself. The simultaneous eruptions would shake the planet's crust violently. Earthquakes would tear through continents. Some volcanoes would collapse into calderas, creating tsunamis that rip across oceans. Entire islands could disappear beneath waves. The Earth's surface would literally reshape itself. Within weeks of mountains rising, coasts sinking. Months later, sunlight still wouldn't return. The atmosphere, thick with ash and aerosols, would reflect most of the sun's energy back into space. Earth would enter a volcanic ice age. Humans would retreat underground or into bunkers. Could our technology and science keep us alive when nature takes back control? Ironically, the very force that brought fire would end in ice. Volcanoes once feared for their heat would freeze over in silence. Lava flows would harden midstream, frozen by their own aftermath. The planet would enter years, maybe decades of cold, but beneath the frozen crust, the molten heart of Earth would still be beating. Eventually, the ash would settle, the skies would clear, sunlight would pierce through again, new landforms would emerge, fresh mountains, fertile volcanic soil, new islands. The Earth would heal itself in strange beauty. Life, as it always has, would begin again, but smaller, humbler, learning from the fury it once took for granted. So, what if all volcanoes erupted at the same time? It wouldn't just end civilization, it would reset the planet. The very disaster that destroys could also recreate. Maybe, in the silence after the fire, we'd finally realize that Earth isn't ours to control. It's alive, powerful, and one eruption away from rewriting everything we know about life itself.